Okay, let's take a look at our last game. We've got the Golden State LA Clippers Game 7 at the Staples Center. It's been a wild series. You know, the Clippers are so deep and talented. They have star power as well as terrific role players. But, boy, you have to tip your hat to this undermanned Warrior team. They've been tough. They've been gritty. They're a tough team to defend with that dynamite backcourt. Jim, you've got a series here where the home team between these teams is 10-3 against the spread. It's clear Warriors are not going to go away. They keep playing hard to stay alive. Do they have enough in them to keep this one close and maybe pull another upset?
There's some parts of what this Warrior team does that's rather impressive, but there's other parts that they actually emulate the worst teams in the league, and that's the turnovers. They are about as sloppy as you could possibly be with their turnovers. Now, if you get a game where they're turning the ball over and they're not hitting their threes, it's a disaster. Now, they've lost players. They have players that have been hurt. They're big back Bogut. The other night, O'Neal got hurt. Not sure whether he's going to be able to play. So you got injuries in all three of these games that are critical. Now, the problem with the LA Clippers, I'm very impressed with this team from the standpoint of their physical attributes and their talent. They have a good coach. They've got inside game. They've got an outside game. They've got everything. You know, this team, and ironically, I'll even bring this up a little bit later, but this team has it all, but should be playing better against the team that doesn't have the inside power to match them. And they should be definitely dominating this series because of that. Because of the injuries to Golden State, they should be dominating the series, and they're not. Now, Golden State, because of these guys that hit these outside shots, and they are very talented guys, and if they're reasonably hot, they can do a lot of damage. I couldn't lay 7 points with this Clipper team. I mean, the Donald Sterling fiasco, I know when the commissioner made the announcement the other day, is we are one, but the bottom line is Donald Sterling is going to sue the league to stop them from making him sell. These guys are going to be working for Donald Sterling for at least a couple of years. If I know anything about the American court system, they drag everything out. Very expensive lawyers will drag this stuff out for years. He'll still be in charge, or at least the family will be. So if these players are unhappy playing for Donald Sterling, hey, read my lips, baby. You're going to be with him for a long time, maybe to the end of your career. It just doesn't work that way. And now I agree that the guy should be out of the league. He's, you know, I don't believe in his philosophies at all, but the legal system is they had an illegal voice recording that they're going off of, and all of that. It's going to be a big old mess. The Clippers laying 7 in a game like this, a Game 7. The Warriors are very dangerous. Like I said, in all the games, these underdogs are live because these favorites are schizophrenic. They don't always come to play with the same talent and intensity, et cetera, et cetera. So now, what happens if the Clippers go on and win the championship? Can you see them giving Donald Sterling the award and handing him the trophy? I cannot see that day happening.
It can't happen. No, then something would intervene, something gigantic. That would be an astonishing thing to think about. Jeff, the Warriors are only 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 meetings here in Los Angeles. And the play of Draymond Green for Golden State has certainly helped the front court. I mean, they were very thin with Bogut injury and O'Neal as well. Green had 14 points, 14 rebounds the last game. Even the previous game, the 113-103 loss the Golden State had in L.A., he chipped in with 10 points and 11 rebounds in only 27 minutes. So I wonder if he could be a difference maker in Game 7. And then, of course, you have to wonder about the emotion for Game 7. The Clippers have been on an emotional roller coaster this last week. Do you think they'll be 100% focused for this Game 7?
I think the emotional factor would be the biggest positive for the Clippers in this game. What more could you ask for? A Game 7 at home after all this what's happened in the last couple of weeks with the Donald Sterling thing. That might be the best thing going for them right now. I think the commissioner did the Clippers a big favor by making the decision so quickly. Is even though Sterling's going to be around for a while owning the team, at least they got the penalty phase over with, so they can they can put that behind them now. Clippers. Last night was Thursday night, another example of a team not shooting well, but still almost winning. Clippers only shot 37% Thursday night, and still came close to winning the game. Now they get the game 7 at home. So remember game 2, that blowout when they were ahead of the Warriors by 40 points at one time. That's why this line is 7, and it's possible that could happen again. I'm going to lean toward the Thunder in this game because I just think mentally and the fact that it's a game 7 at home is too much for the Warriors to overcome.
Well, here we have a total of 209.5. The over is 11-4 the last 15 meetings between these aggressive offensive teams. It's also the Warriors are 5-0 over the total on the road, and when these teams meet in Los Angeles, the last 8 meetings have gone 7-1 over the total. With that said, historically, Game 7s are slow, grinding defensive battles where the coaches demand great defense. So I would go against those trends and look for more of a defensive battle in this all-important Game 7. I think both teams are going to play their great defense. And the Golden State Warriors are actually very strong defensively, top 10 in the NBA in points allowed and field goal shooting defense for the entire season. Okay, let's go through some of the offers. If you're looking for plays from Mr. Vegas for the entire month, make sure you call 1-866-896-1627. You get all of April for $19. And Jim, on Sunday, you hit your NBA payback game of the month. That was the Golden State Warriors winning over LA 118-97. It certainly was payback. You've been on a terrific NBA playoff run of 22-10. How can folks get aboard for the rest of the month?
Well, what I advise here, I mean, we've had a great round 1, and we're looking forward to the ending of this and the beginning of round 2. There'll be a lot of soft lines. I'm going to, usually, I think we usually give out a best bet kind of thing. I don't always do that, but I will say this. The Saturday games are going to be extremely intense, and you're going to see these teams step up, play great defense. I think you're going to see the officials swallow the whistle. I absolutely just hate the way the officials call these games. They're so inconsistent, it's pathetic. But I think they'll swallow the whistles on Saturday, and you're going to see a very intense games, and probably most of the games are going to stay under unless they go into overtime or there's a blowout involved somewhere in there. So I'm looking in that direction for the best bet. Now, as far as what I'm offering for the rest of May is $31, getting you hockey, baseball, and basketball at the NBA playoffs. And for $31, I mean, we're red hot, 22-10. We've had some huge games. I mean, big marquee games that we've won. You want to be on board for this. You want to make some money. Pretty soon the NBA will be done. We'll be into baseball only, and then we have football a couple of months down the road. So let's make some money here. Build a bankroll for the football season that's coming up in about 90 days. Call 1-866-841-1655. You get all of May for 31 small grocery dollars.
All right, and my best bet will be that Clippers Golden State Game 7 under the total. Jeff, you're 18-8 best bet run in baseball. You're also 41 more wins than losses in the NBA playoffs since 2011, a record of 111-80. And you have a special for folks to get aboard for the month of May.
Yeah, the rest of May, NBA playoffs and baseball is $29. You sign up, you get a free high roller consensus play. It's a $100 value. You get that free. Call WSS at 1-866-575-8916, 1-866-575-8916.
All right, that'll do it for this week's show. There's money to be made in baseball, the NHL, and the NBA playoffs. These guys are making it every night, so make sure you take advantage and win with these Vegas pros. Enjoy the Game 7 weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next week with another edition of Pro Line.